Can I talk about this QAnon claim real quick?
Please do, because you guys are the conspiracy theory experts. Okay. We just
I
dabble,
have so much to say on this, and I don't want to like cut off anybody else because I could go on.
Real quick, I have to ask you because you're probably going to potentially answer this in your rant, but I want to make sure that I ask it up front. Where did it come from? Because I did not hear about any of it until there was people on the right being associated with it, being accused of being associated with it.
Where did QAnon come from? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
CNN. No, like legitimately, I'm not kidding. QAnon was on these 8chan and 4chan Reddit boards to like 9 people. And then CNN decides to ask Donald Trump about QAnon. That was my first time hearing about it. They're like, oh, the whole right wing is
in the debate. That was my
this whole QAnon thing. And I'm like, who the hell is QAnon? And all my friends that are really into politics are like, who the hell is QAnon? The reason I bring up QAnon is because this, again, is further proof that it's what I've been saying it is for years. It's a massive psyop that was created by the left. And it's just obvious. This is what QAnon, this is how it works. QAnon points to true things to get people interested. Hey, the elites are trafficking children. Look at Jeffrey Epstein. And we all go, oh, this is obviously true. These flight logs are still blocked. Ghislaine Maxwell went to prison for selling kids to nobody. Weinstein, we knew about the flight logs in 2009. I knew personally that Bill Clinton was on that plane over 30 times before the world knew who Epstein was because I was paying attention to this stuff. One of the craziest claims of Alex Jones, it just happened to be entirely 100% true. So it works by giving you something that's true, and then people who are compassionate and interested and want to find the truth are buying into it because they're going, oh, wow, this thing is telling me the truth. And then it goes on to trust the plan, don't do anything, sit at home on your ass, and wait for Donald Trump to come back and take the White House. And I'm still looking forward to August 2021 when he comes back and takes the White House. I don't know if you guys are looking forward to it. But I'm just on pins and needles. But people still believe it, and that's the problem. And now they're using it as a cudgel to say, well, this part of QAnon that was true is linked in with all this other stuff that wasn't true. And therefore, if you talk about the true thing, you also believe all the non-true things, and you're a crazy, awful conspiracy theorist. And they literally have used, that's what I said they would do years ago. I'm like, they're going to use this as a cudgel that anybody who wants to talk about this very real issue of elites and adrenochrome and child sex trafficking and all of this stuff, they're going to be linked in with the people who bought into Lynn Wood and Donald Trump's really in the White House, and it's just some secret ploy. And they're doing it now. Literally, Jim Caviezel has not once said QAnon. He actually, in that article you just read, I'm trying to remember the director's name. He's like, yeah, I don't believe that stuff about the celebrities and this and that and the other. I believe the thing that's real. And now they're using this to attack a literal true story. Like, that's the thing that the left doesn't get. They're calling it a fantasy. This is a true story. This is a movie based on a true story of events that really happened. But it's QAnon conspiracy. Like, if they and that's the brilliance of it, is that they can literally take something that's true, and because they've made you associate it with BS, they can make you believe the true thing isn't true. That's why I think QAnon's a giant psyop.
I've been suspicious of that.
That was my first thought as well when I saw articles saying that it was being affiliated with QAnon in any capacity, and then I went and saw the movie and I asked around for people who were more aware of the production of the film already. And what I've come to think, the only connection that I can figure out is that, it does in fact have to do with child pedophilic sex trafficking.
Well, no, there's
that QAnon at its origin. But then the thing with QAnon is that it dives off the deep end with, just like you said, sitting around waiting for Donald Trump to come in and flood the swamp and take care of everything. Well, that's clearly not happening.
Right.
And no, you just got to trust the plan.
To happen, great.
Trust the plan. Don't do anything.
Yeah. Trust
the plan. That's why it's a side. No, the only other part of the movie that really linked in with QAnon is where Donald Trump rode in on a pterodactyl and killed Joe Biden in the end. that part was a little on the nose. But
that was the after credit scene, wasn't it?
Yeah. You had to stick around. So.
Yeah.